Lara moved through life with quiet grace, hiding a secret that weighed heavily on her heart. Outwardly, her relationship with Mark seemed loving and steady, but inside she felt incomplete. Lara had never experienced an orgasm, a truth she guarded fiercely, wrapped in shame and confusion. Each intimate moment became a performance, her mind calculating, her body acting. She mirrored pleasure, hoping Mark wouldn't notice the truth behind her sighs. The constant pretending built an invisible wall between them, leaving her feeling isolated and exhausted. At night, she replayed their encounters, blaming herself for what she saw as a personal failing. She loved Mark deeply, but the fear of disappointing him kept her silent, so she carried her secret alone, her smile never quite reaching the ache in her heart. Among friends, Lara felt like an outsider, their easy talk of pleasure only deepening her sense of inadequacy. She perfected the art of deflection, offering knowing smiles while hiding her truth. Self-blame became a constant companion, her mind cataloging every perceived flaw. In her relationship, she focused on Mark's pleasure, hoping he wouldn't notice her emptiness. The act of happiness became her shield, but it left her feeling profoundly alone. True intimacy requires vulnerability, but Lara's silence kept her distant from the one she loved most. The space between them grew, filled with secrets she was too ashamed to share. One lonely afternoon, Lara finally searched for answers online, bracing for confirmation of her brokenness. Instead, she found stories from women just like her, stories of shame, secrecy, and longing. For the first time, she realized she wasn't alone. She discovered research on sexual response, learning that her experience was not a personal failure but a variation of human sexuality. The idea that her body wasn't broken, just different, was a revelation. She learned that orgasm often required specific stimulation and a low-pressure environment. The shame began to loosen its grip, replaced by curiosity and hope. Her experience was valid, not a reflection of her love or worth. This knowledge didn't solve everything, but it changed the story she told herself. A small, determined hope began to grow. With new hope, Lara knew she couldn't carry her secret alone any longer. Telling Mark terrified her, but she found the courage to speak. She confessed her struggles, her years of pretending, and her loneliness. Mark listened, not with judgment, but with compassion. He thanked her for her honesty, his support dissolving the wall between them. Together, they began to learn, reading, talking, and exploring without pressure. Intimacy became a shared language, focused on connection, not performance. They asked and answered, listened and learned, building trust with every conversation. True intimacy flourished in patience and kindness. For the first time, Lara felt seen and safe. Lara's journey became one of gentle self-acceptance. She practiced self-care, learning to treat her body with kindness instead of judgment. Intimacy expanded beyond the bedroom, found in small gestures, shared laughter, and honest conversation. Pleasure was no longer a test, but a thread woven through daily life. Challenges remained, but shame no longer defined them. Lara learned to meet herself with compassion, her worth never tied to a single outcome. The true climax was embracing her whole self, finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. Intimacy, she realized, is about presence, patience, and the radical love that says, "You are enough."